oftentimes when they're like close games, some of us defensive guys in particular will pretend like it was a defensive struggle and we loved it anyway. This was actually like a defensive game to me that was awesome. You bring
Yes.
up those drops and like, yeah, the drops were there, but that didn't feel like, I know that'll be part of the story, but that did not feel like what defined this game. It felt like two incredible defenses going at each other, and the better defense ultimately won in the end. And of course, there were fourth down decisions that added to this. There were drop balls that added to it, but it feels unfair for us to focus on or to categorize this game as a weird game when it is one of those defensive struggles that's actually fun to watch.
Yeah, and it may be anecdotal, maybe the sort of thing that you can't find in the data, but I saw Rashee Rice just get sawed in half by Jalen Petrie, and then like 2 drives later have a middle of the field catch opportunity and drop it. And to me, like that, when you play the style of defense the Texans do, where it's like, hey, you might hit some big plays on us. Hey, you might hit some big scrambles on us. We're going to hit everything that moves as much as we can, as violently as we can within the letter of the law. By the time you get to some of these colder games late in the season, a lot of throws over the middle of the field, receivers don't get hit, man, especially the smaller ones. Like, to me, that's a very real thing.
It's not just that. Like, there was also a couple plays earlier in the game where Rice, landed hard on the ground and hit the ground a little bit like that. It has residual impact. And both of the interceptions, even after the interceptions, the receivers got lit up. It was Rice and it was Kelsey. And it's like this team, and Charlie and I, for those who are new to our show because it's a live show, Charlie and I have been in love with this Texans defense since week 1. They are the most fun defense to watch because of the way that they play. All of our group chats are full of Texans talk. I see you nodding, Ben. Seems like you love this defense too.
You could just tell that D'Amico had as a firm belief that if we hit enough people enough times, they won't want to play football anymore. And that is a very hard philosophy to maintain in the modern NFL, right? Which is trying to protect the quarterback and remove head-to-head contact. Like, that feels like a thing that's getting phased out. Since day one with the Texans, it has been, let us get fast and violent players in the building. Again, like within the letter of the law, we're going to try to play safe football, but we are going to play a brand of physicality that puts you in a different mud pit, that drags you down to a different hole, that deep water Dan Campbell talked about, a different one than you get from any other defense. Man, playing the Texans sucks. It sucks so bad, and you feel that aggregate over a long game like that.